Hey, what's up, Shadowguns? Awall here. Here are top 5 tips for you guys to get better at Shadowgun War Games without even playing the game. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you right now. This will help you better spend your time and your money, just make you better before you even play the game and when you're not even playing the game. Here's what I mean. Tip number 1 is go ahead and click the icon up here in the top left-hand corner. And they now added a feature where you can select your favorite hero in the game. So you might be thinking of this as like a way to display your favorite, which my actual favorite is Slade. It's not that. Take advantage of this feature and select your worst hero as your favorite. So what does that do? That means that every single time you play Shadowgun War Games, your worst hero is there during the warm-up period. So you get 10, 15, 30 seconds of you playing as your worst hero, hundreds of matches over time of you playing as your worst, and your worst starts to go up and up and up and up, and eventually you become somewhat competent with them without even really playing them. It's been working for me with Sarah. I've become better with Sarah already, and I recommend setting your favorite hero as Sarah or as Revenant so that you guys can have a tank or support available, so you're not just a damage-only player. Damage-only players are not that useful in a team-based shooter. You need to be able to play something other than damage. So that was tip number 1. Set your worst hero, preferably Sarah or Revenant, as your favorite. Cool. Tip number 2 to become better at the game or save time and money is to go ahead and when you buy things in this game, if you decide to buy things, buy the maximum number of credits if you can afford it. Because the more credits you buy, the more bonus credits you get. So for example, if you spend 100 US bucks in this game, you get something like a 30% more credits for your money. With that, the $49 version and the $24 version also offer bonuses, but if you can spend $100, just spend the $100 now. Don't trickle in $20 purchases, $10 purchases, and $5 purchases over time, okay? Don't buy tiers for the battle pass. Don't buy any of them. Don't buy any of the tiers. It's not worth it. If you are in a position where you need to buy tiers to get to the top of the battle pass, that means you're probably not playing the game enough to make it worth buying the battle pass at all in the first place. So don't buy tiers for the battle pass, just buy the battle pass itself for $8. So that was tip number 2 on how to use the shop effectively and how to spend your money effectively. Okay, tip number 3 has to do with your settings in the game and getting better performance. So in a previous video, I told you guys to use auto under your FPS limit and auto under your graphics. They have since optimized the game to where you can now manually select settings. So the setting that you should be prioritizing first is your FPS limit. Try to get your FPS limit up to as high as you can. 60 FPS at the very least. If you can get that up to 60 FPS, fantastic, okay? At least 60 FPS. If you need to increase your FPS, your frames per second, and then decrease your graphics to handle that increase in frame rate, do it. In a shooter like this, having double the frames, going from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, will just instantly make you better and you will win more games. Just having double the frames to shoot people with will just make you better like that, okay? So that was our next tip. Okay, our tip after that, it has to do with your controls in the game. So in your first handful of games, I highly recommend only focusing on your controls and getting comfortable with your controls and setting the settings that you prefer. So personally, this is what I'm currently using on the NVIDIA Shield TV. There is no better settings here than others. You just have to set the settings that you think are best. And I recommend leaving simple mode on at first, especially for new players. I still currently play the simple mode, and I've learned to kind of work around simple mode to use its advantages for myself. So for example, with simple mode, it's kind of almost overpowered. When somebody just pops into frame all of a sudden when you're using like Jet's shotgun, you'll just automatically shoot them and kill them in simple mode. You might be like, oh, that's cheap, that's not fair. Well, that's a part of the game. So you should take advantage of mechanics that are in the game. And I recommend starting with simple mode. It's actually really solid for almost all of the heroes out the gate. Play at least 100 games in simple mode. Then you can move over to advanced mode and customize your controls once you are significantly more familiar with the game. Cool? So that was tip number 4. All right, so tip number 5 is going to be to play the best game mode to level up and to get your skills up over time, and that is not Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag is the worst mode currently to increase your skills, to get better, and to get XP, especially as a new player. You want to do Team Deathmatch. There is more action in Team Deathmatch, more kills to be had, more deaths to be had as well, and more opportunities for you to learn the mechanics of the game and master your hero over time, and to ultimately get your KD up as high as it can be, to be as efficient as possible, and to figure out which hero you are naturally the most competent with. Team Deathmatch is your best opportunity to do that. You will get EXP faster, and you'll be able to more effectively climb the Battle Pass tiers, and more times than not, unless it is a Capture the Flag specific, like this one for Revenant, specific challenge, you are going to get more kills and do more damage and win more matches quickly and what have you, heal more health and blah, 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 faster in Team Deathmatch than you will in Capture the Flag. So you'll be able to level up faster in that mode currently. We'll see how the new mode shakes out, the zone control mode that's coming out in Season 2, how that mode shakes out in terms of being efficient for leveling up, but Team Deathmatch is definitely the most efficient way to level up. Those are your 5 tips. Quick recap. Set your worst hero as your favorite. In the shop, be sure to buy as many credits as you can. Only buy the Battle Pass. Do not buy the tiers. In your settings, be sure to customize your controls as your #1 priority when you're playing the game, your first 10, 20 matches. Start with simple mode, play 100 matches, then move to advanced mode. And then my final tip was play Team Deathmatch to level up the most efficiently and hone your skills, not Capture the Flag. Only play Capture the Flag when you have to play it to go ahead and complete your challenges that say CTF. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and enable notifications for more Shadowgun War Games. I'll see you in the next video. Adios, amigos.